Instant soups, whether in powdered packets like Knorr cup of soup or canned varieties such as Campbell's chicken noodle soup, are often seen as a comforting, easy meal choice, especially in colder months or during illness. Marketed as homestyle or hearty, they tap into emotional associations with warmth and nourishment. However, despite their comforting image, most instant soups are highly processed, containing excessive sodium, artificial flavor enhancers, chemical preservatives, and little nutritional value. Far from being a healthful option, regular consumption of these products can contribute to a range of chronic health conditions, particularly those involving the heart, kidneys, and metabolic system. The most prominent concern with instant soups is their extremely high sodium content. A single serving of Campbell's chicken noodle soup contains around 890 milligrams of sodium, while a full can, which many people consume as a meal, can contain 1,800 milligrams or more, nearly the entire daily recommended limit. Knorr cup of soup is similarly concerning, with one sachet providing 600 to 900 milligrams of sodium, depending on the flavor. This level of salt, consumed routinely, significantly raises the risk of hypertension, high blood pressure, which is a leading cause of heart attacks, strokes, and kidney disease. Individuals with existing cardiovascular conditions, the elderly, and children are particularly vulnerable, as even moderate excesses in sodium intake can have disproportionate effects on blood vessel health and fluid balance. Another troubling component of many instant soups is the use of preservatives and anti-caking agents, such as disodium inosonate, disodium guanylate, and TBHQ, tertiary butyl hydroquin, a synthetic antioxidant used to extend shelf life, particularly in dry soup mixes. TBHQ has been linked in animal studies to immune dysfunction, behavioral changes, and even carcinogenic potential at high doses. While the levels in a single serving of soup are low, the cumulative effects of regular consumption over months or years are still poorly understood and potentially harmful, especially when combined with other sources of processed food in the diet. The quality of ingredients in instant soups is also a major issue. Meat, if present at all, is often found in minuscule amounts, rehydrated from freeze-dried particles or mechanically separated slurry. Vegetables are typically dehydrated flakes with little fiber or micronutrient content remaining. What you're left with is a flavored, reconstituted liquid with very little resemblance to a freshly cooked soup. The lack of fiber, protein, and complex carbohydrates means these soups do little to satisfy hunger for long, leading to blood sugar fluctuations, energy crashes, and snacking soon after, a common pattern that undermines metabolic health. Many instant soup varieties also contain hydrolyzed vegetable protein, maltodextrin, and yeast extract, all of which serve as flavor enhancers and thickeners, but have minimal nutritional value. Maltodextrin, in particular, has a high glycemic index, meaning it can rapidly spike blood sugar despite not tasting sweet. In diabetic or insulin-resistant individuals, these spikes are dangerous and can contribute to poor glycemic control and weight gain over time. There's also the issue of BPA, bisphenol A, exposure from canned soups. BPA is a chemical used in the lining of many food cans to prevent corrosion, and it is known to leach into food, particularly when heated. BPA is an endocrine disruptor, mimicking estrogen and potentially interfering with hormonal balance, reproductive health, and metabolism. While some brands now market their cans as BPA-free, many still use similar replacement chemicals, the safety of which is not yet well established. This means frequent consumption of canned soups may expose the body to low-dose chemical exposure with unclear long-term effects. Instant soups also reinforce poor eating habits. Their convenience encourages reliance on quick-fix, nutritionally shallow meals instead of fresh, whole foods. When instant soup becomes a go-to lunch or dinner option, especially in the workplace or for busy families, it can displace vegetables, whole grains, and fresh proteins, core components of a balanced diet. This dietary displacement is especially dangerous for children and young adults who are forming lifelong habits and may come to equate soup with little more than hot water, artificial flavor, and salt. Even those who believe they are choosing healthier, instant soups by selecting low-fat or vegetable-based options may be misled. Low-fat often means higher carbohydrate or sugar content to maintain palatability. And vegetable soups may still contain negligible actual vegetable matter and a full roster of artificial ingredients. The illusion of health can lull consumers into overconsumption, thinking they are making a smart choice when they are actually ingesting a highly manipulated product. In summary, while instant soups may provide short-term comfort and convenience, their regular consumption contributes to a slow erosion of health through high sodium, chemical additives, poor nutrient density, and endocrine-disrupting packaging. These seemingly innocuous foods are a major part of the ultra-processed food problem, silently supporting a dietary pattern that fuels the modern epidemics of hypertension, diabetes, obesity, and chronic inflammation. Occasional use in emergencies or when no better options are available is understandable, but treating them as routine meals is a health compromise with far-reaching consequences. For those seeking warmth and nourishment, homemade soups with real ingredients remain vastly superior in every respect.